Hey guys, my name is Jashan. Welcome back to another episode of Storytime where I tell you guys some of the stories and show you some of the behind the scenes footage of some of the videos we've done in the past. In today's episode, we're going back to a video from back in December of 2019 where Shammi, Jayden, Austin and a few others wrapped my entire house up in Christmas wrapping paper. This all started back about 10 days before Christmas in 2019, and Cassie and I went down to a place called Nambucca, just past Coffs Harbour, to visit Cassie's grandma who lives down there. So I went down there with her and her family to celebrate an early Christmas with her grandma. I think we were only gone for like 3 nights in total, but when we got back, we got the surprise where our house had been entirely wrapped in Christmas paper.
Oh my god. This is what I arrived home to a couple of days ago.
Now, what a lot of people don't know is that it turned out to be 2.5 days worth of wrapping this house up. The video sort of didn't show that it went over a couple of days just to keep it simple in video. It took 2 whole days and well into the night of the second day as well.
It's now 10:45 p.m. The job is complete.
Do you know what the worst part of all of this is? Is that I actually knew about this idea. That's right, I knew about the idea, but what I didn't know is that this was going to be happening to me, because that wasn't actually the original plan. Or maybe it was the original plan for everyone else, but to me, the plan was not to wrap my house up. It was for someone else. So I actually helped with a sponsorship for the video as well. The video was actually sponsored by a beer company, and I was the one talking to the beer company about the sponsorship for this video. So in a way, I kind of helped fund the thing to happen. But speaking of sponsorships, I'd quickly like to thank the sponsor to this video, YouGov. Do you want to earn some extra cash and rewards in your spare time? Well, YouGov is a place you can do that simply by sharing your opinion. YouGov is a global research company, and they want to know what you think about all sorts of different topics. Whether it's about politics, social issues, different brands, sports stars, or celebrities. They've got surveys and questions to do with all of it. It's free to join, and as a member, you're going to earn points for completing short surveys and answering questions via their app or their website. If you join today, you're even going to get some bonus points for completing your first survey, and if you recommend it to your family and friends, then you're going to be rewarded for that as well. You can then go and exchange those points for cash, for vouchers, or if you want to do this for charity, you can even use your points to donate to UNICEF. I signed up to YouGov to give it a try, and I did a whole bunch of surveys. Each survey literally took less than 2 minutes to do, and I earned a bunch of points, and guess what? Now tonight's beers are paid for. So to start earning some extra cash or rewards, click the link that I've got in description, sign up there, and start earning some cash for throwing in your 2 cents. All right, let's get back to the video. So here we are. We were planning this video, but we weren't planning to do it to my house. The original idea, or what I thought was the original idea, was to actually wrap up Harry Bink's house. Harry Bink is one of the FMX riders from the Nitro Circus. And so while we were planning this, we were thinking, whose house can we get without them being there, basically? And the only person we could come up with was Harry Bink. He's got his own compound with all these jumps and airbags and foam pits and stuff, and it's basically where he goes to practice his riding. And when he would go to the compound, he had a full setup there where he could always just stay there. And so when he did go there, he would usually go for 2-3 nights at a time to just stay there and ride and then come back. So having known that, while we were planning to do this video, Harry was the only one we knew that was every week going away for a few nights. And so we were like, perfect. Next week, we'll just stay in touch with Harry and figure out when he's exactly going to be at his compound for a couple of nights. And that's when we would jump in and attack. The funny part is, I don't think Harry to this day even knows that that was going to happen to his house. So Harry, if you're watching, mate, this was supposed to be your house. And so that was it. That's what I thought was the plan. And I have no idea if Sham and the boys the entire time were just playing along with that story and were always planning to do it to me. However, later that week is when I went down to Coffs Harbour with Cassie and her family, and I gave my house keys to Jayden because we were getting him to look after our dogs while we were gone. So he was just going to be feeding them and staying here if he wanted to. I purposely didn't give them to Shammi because you can never trust Shammi giving your keys to the house to him because, well, you generally end up with stuff like this happening. So I gave JJ the keys and I went away, and well, that's obviously when the plan swung to do it to me instead. It started off with just Shammi, Jayden, and Kailash, my other brother, and Jayden's girlfriend, who were here to start with.
The labour, that's not going to be enough. We're not going to have enough people.
They started wrapping it by themselves, and apparently it was hours into it, and they had barely got anything done along the back wall. Austin was still a plumber at the time, so after work, he came in and joined them.
I think we've done less since Austin's been in.
Yeah, literally.
I can go. I can leave.
Well, there wouldn't be any difference.
Don't say that. Jay, don't say that.
Okay, you hold the camera then.
And they said on the first day, they only managed to get the back wall done. So they were nowhere near finishing on the first day. And so the next day, they tried to round up a few more people and finish the rest of the house off.
We got 2 new members. How are we? Yeah. Let's go. Here we go, boys.
To this day, I'm still extremely impressed that they managed to get above my shed. There is a ledge literally that wide that you can only stand on, and if you fall off that, you would go straight through the garden shed.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm drunk.
He's just drunk, dude.
I'm just drunk.
Austin's just drunk.
I just want to get adventure.
This is what he does when he drinks. He climbs.
Turns out they were up there after sinking heaps of beers as well. It's still beyond me that they managed to get up to those areas. Anyway, we got back and the whole thing was done, and well, you saw the rest of the video. But what you didn't get to see was after that and how long that actually stayed up there. I'm not gonna lie, it did look pretty cool. So Cassie and I decided that, hey, it is Christmas time and there's a lot of people now coming to look at the Christmas house. So we were just like, you know what, we'll leave it up through Christmas and let everyone come enjoy it and take some photos and all of that. There was a couple of rainy days here and there, so little bits of it started ripping off and stuff. But when it came time to take it all down, I was still pretty fresh out of a double knee surgery. So there was no way that I could get up on roofs or climb ladders or pretty much do anything to get this stuff off. Not too sure how I'm going to eventually get it down because there's not much I can do with my knee, but we're going to keep it up until at least after Christmas anyway. The only stuff I could reach and get off was literally just what I could reach with my arms, and anything above that, I couldn't actually reach. All of our upstairs windows are like wind-out windows and they only open about that much, and so it's not like I could get upstairs and reach out the window to get anything off either. So the whole top half of the house still had heaps of wrapping paper on it for literally weeks into the new year. And every time I'd bring it up to the boys, they just saw the humor in it every time and they didn't want to help me at all getting any of it down. And so it stayed up. But a few weeks later, I was down at the pub one day and got chatting to these guys there. They'd seen the video and I was just like, yeah, half the wrapping paper is still kind of up there. Do you guys want to come help me get it down? And so I invited these random guys back from the pub. They jumped up on the roofs and pulled the rest of it down. But the worst part is the tape that the boys used on it was like extremely tough tape. So everywhere that tape was attached to the house, and we pulled that off, it all just brought some paint with it. And up until this day, you can still see tape marks around the roof and on the panels in the top half of my house just because it was there for that long. So my wife wasn't too happy about that situation. And it's still kind of a touchy subject every time we bring it up. So hopefully she doesn't watch this far in the video. But if she does, then we'll get to painting the whole house again one day, babe. Anyway, that's some of the stories behind the time the boys wrapped up my entire house. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and a comment down below. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already. And if you've got any requests for other videos you want to see the stories behind, then make sure to leave them in the comments and I'll get around to as many as I can. That's it for today. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Put a lot of effort into it. I hope you guys enjoy it.
I actually don't know what to think, eh? This is actually... You've bloody well outdone yourself, eh?
Thank you. Oh. I thought he said job well done.
Yeah.